The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
On the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene ran and went to Simon Peter and to the other disciple whom Jesus loved, and told them, "They have taken away the Lord from the tomb, and we do not know where they put him." So Peter and the other disciple went out and came to the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and arrived at the tomb first. He bent down and saw the burial cloths there, but did not go in. When Simon Peter arrived after him, he went into the tomb and saw the burial cloths there, and the cloth that had covered his head, not with the burial cloths, but rolled up in a separate place. Then the other disciple also went in, the one who had arrived at the tomb first, and he saw and believed. My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
On the second day of the octave of the Nativity of the Lord, the Catholic Church is celebrating the feast of Saint John the Evangelist. And let me begin by telling with some facts about Saint John the Evangelist. Well, first of all, as an apostle, the Christian tradition identifies him as one among the first two disciples called by Jesus, together with Andrew, isa sa mga pinakaunang tinawag. And also, he is believed to be the youngest of the apostles. And accordingly, it is said that he have lived to old age, died a natural death, thus becoming the only apostle who did not die as a martyr. Hindi po tulad ng mga apostoles, sila po'y pinatay. But in the case of Saint John, the youngest apostle, siya'y namatay ng natural death na matanda na. And accordingly also, he had been exiled to an island called Patmos. That is why another name or term associated with John the Evangelist is John of the Patmos. At doon niya ginawa yung libro ng Revelation. The final book of the Bible. Kung tatagdaan po natin, it is written by John the Evangelist. And until now, truly Saint John, the Gospel of John continues to be a most fascinating gospel. Mga kapatid, titignan po natin dito sa loob ng Basilica, dito po si Saint John the Evangelist. Siya po yung nandito. At kasama niya, yung image na kasama niya ay isang agila. So kung titignan natin yung ibang apostoles, San Lucas, Saint Mark, lion, Saint Matthew, angel, but for Saint John, agila. Well, we always believe that the eagle is the king of all the birds. And ano pong ibig sabihin? Bakit nilagay sa kanya yung agila? Accordingly, he is able to understand the mastery of the words of Christ and the will of God as compared to an eagle who can stare straight into the sun. Kaya nga naman, kung titignan ho natin yung gospel ni Saint John, malalim. You need to read between the lines. Malalim ang kanyang mga wika. Malalim ang kanyang mga kahulugan. Malalim ang kanyang mga sinasabi. Saint John, as the beloved of Jesus, truly played a significant role, first of all, at the Last Supper. Siya yung humiga dito. He leaned on the breast of Jesus. Alam ho natin yan, di ba? Sa Last Supper, lahat tayo may Last Supper sa refectory, sa kainan. And yung humihiga po kay Jesus, walang iba kundi si Saint John. He also played an important role during his death. Siya po yung naiwan, nagpaiwan kasama ang kanyang ina, si Maria. And today, as testified in the gospel, in this story of resurrection, and if there is something really unique about Saint John, he was the first one who truly believed that Jesus is alive. Kaya kakaiba, madalas hindi natin naririnig ang kanyang mga wika sa kwento ni Jesus, sa kwento ng mga apostoles. But truly, there is that intimacy with Jesus. And that is something very important about the life story of Saint John the Evangelist. That intimate relationship with Jesus. And tayong lahat po na mga Katoliko, this is also an invitation for all of us. Establish an intimate relationship with Christ. You know, kapag mas malalim, mas makahulugan, mas sabihin nating buo at tapat ang relasyon ng bawat isa, tiyak, puno ng galak. At ang galak na ito ay tiyak ibabahagi sa kapwa. And this is exactly the words of Saint John in the first reading. I have seen it, I have heard it, I have touched, and I came here to proclaim and testify to you that Jesus is truly alive. And I want to share this with you so that our joy may be complete. Kaya mahalaga po yung relasyon. Maganda yung pakikitungo sa kapwa. Truly, tama nga yung sinasabi nila na kapag maganda ang relasyon, maganda ang pakikitungo sa kapwa, yun mismo ay mas makahulugan yung pakikitungo rin sa iba. In the context of the Dominican order, may tinatawag po kaming team preaching or communal preaching na mismo yung pakikiisa namin bilang isang komunidad is already a form of preaching. Just like the life of the apostles, yung pagiging isa, pagiging totoo, pagiging ganap, kahit sabihin natin hindi kaaya-aya sa mata ng iba, kahit sabihin natin kulang sa material na bagay, kahit sabihin natin simple lang, tulad din sa inyo, ngayong Pasko, kahit kapiranggot lang yung nasa mesa, sige lang, ang mahalaga sama-sama. Sino bang mag-akala alas 6 ng umaga, Wednesday, punong-puno po yung basilika, nandun pa sa labas, dumayo lang dito, sabay-sabay bilang isang pamilya. Di bali ng simple, di bali ng ganito lang, ang mahalaga, maganda yung relasyon ng bawat isa. At kapag nakikita po kayo, ito lang masasabi ko, sasabihin ng iba, mabuti pa kayo, ang saya-saya ninyo. And my dear friends, today again, as we continue to offer our petitions to Our Lady, alam ko bitbit natin ang ating mga panalangin at hiling, na sana'y mabuo natin, marami tayong mga nais abutin, but let us learn from Saint John as we celebrate his feast today, the importance of valuing the presence of Christ in our midst. The presence of Christ that truly gives the real joy, immense joy in our lives. At alam ko po, ito po ang ating hiling na sana matapos ang taon na ito na mas mapayapa. Di bali ng simple, ang mahalaga, mas makahulugan.